Hi, I'm Gina Gilmore, and I will be presenting the book Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. Are you in love? Better question, do you love yourself? Self-love is the most important version of love, I feel. Like the saying goes, you must love yourself before you can love others. It is not a matter of being conceited, but it's a way to be comfortable within your own skin and mind. In the book, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant, this states very clearly the topic. You must love yourself as if your life depends on it. You need to hold on to everything that you love about yourself as if you're hanging off a cliff with one hand to help you up. This book relates to self-concept and different love styles, focusing primarily on love for oneself. In this book, the message given by Kamal is to love yourself so desperately that you would die if you did not. With this message, the idea of self-concept is related because it states that when you know yourself and know how much you are capable of, you are becoming your true and natural self. You are able to be totally content and happy with yourself, then you will become true to you. It also relates to love styles, more specifically the mania style of love. This is the style of love that has extreme highs and extreme lows. All people do throughout their lives, and this style of love focuses on the extreme highs and lows within one's life, and within one's love life more specifically, and will relate this style, the mania style of love, to one's love life with themselves. When we learn to love ourselves through all of the highs and lows, we are able to be at peace with ourselves. The first concept that I had learned from the book was that loving yourself is a practice. It cannot be achieved overnight and needs to be worked on constantly. When you love yourself, emotionally, physically, and mentally, you will feel better in every way, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Next, loving yourself heals your mind. You are conditioned to do it when faced with bad thoughts. There are 3 stages in obtaining a clear mind and having true love for yourself. The first are mental loops, when you constantly say to yourself the phrase, I love myself, again and again and again. To hear this again and again in your mind, it will help you come to terms with the fact that you do love yourself and that you will be able to fall in love with yourself once again. Second, meditation is a practice, and it should be done daily to keep peace in your mind. The best way to do so is for about 7 minutes, so says Kamal. Put in your headphones, sit against the wall, listen to some music, really nice, soft music that you associate good feelings and good times with. This will help you meditate. And inhale, you say, I love myself. Exhale, whatever comes through your mind. This is how you should properly meditate to keep peace in your mind. Lastly, there's only one question to ask yourself. If I truly love myself, would I allow these things to happen to me? The answer should always be no. Do not allow yourself to feel pain and torture your mind. Keep happy thoughts going through your head constantly and smile. The third concept I learned from this book is do not demolish the bad thoughts that are in your head. Instead, replace them with happy thoughts, or associate happier feelings with the worst feelings. For example, when you go through a breakup and you replay it in your head again and again, you can only focus on the anger and the bad times and the reasons why you guys broke up. But instead, replay the breakup in your head with a more positive image, with more happier thoughts related to it. Think of the times you were happy in the relationship, when you were content in the relationship. And every time you think of the breakup, associate yourself with those happy feelings. Therefore, you're not letting the fear and the anger take over your mind and control you. You're letting the happiness do its job. And then the happiness will be a better part for your life. You should just be able to accept the fact that the relationship is over and move on. And with these happy feelings, you will be happier whenever you think about this relationship. I know that when I began reading this book, I wasn't truly happy with myself. Yes, I have a happy life and I'm very content with everything that goes on in it, but I'm very self-critical and I constantly look at myself in the mirror and think of ways that I could do better, I could look better. These aren't happy thoughts, and as I read this book, it made me feel better that others out there have felt the same way. And I enjoyed reading his practices throughout this book, and now I was able to practice them on my own. I do constantly tell myself I love myself over and over, and this makes you feel, I can already feel the weight coming off of my shoulders, the ease that I feel, that as he describes in the book, that he felt after a long time of doing so. I've only picked up this book about 2 months ago, so this has been a practice. It's like losing weight or learning a new language. It's not overnight and it's not easy, but when you have the idea to love yourself and to say it again and again, it really does come to you. And things are better for me just in general, because now when I do look at myself in the mirror, I don't see the bad things. I see the happy and good things about myself. So I end with this. You know how I perceive myself, but how do you perceive yourself? Are you a person that is content with yourself, or are you someone who questions themselves constantly? If so, follow these practices outlined in the book. This states that loving yourself will bring a better life. It will bring peace of mind and happiness for yourself. And the people that flock towards you are the ones that you need in your life when you're at the happiest in your life. Kamal says that when he accepts these practices and he has learned to love himself, when he began to describe his life, he used the term magical. It was how he began to describe his life and how he truly believed that due to the fact that he just loved himself, things in his life were much better. And the end goal is to practice until this is the primary loop in your head. The primary loop of I love myself constantly running through your mind. And that's why it seems so important. If you do not love yourself within the busyness of all the terrible thoughts running through your mind, how are you able to find happiness, to truly be in love with yourself? So I ask you one last time, do you truly love yourself? Thank you.